Last time on Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Using the image of a chess game, I need to stay one step ahead of my opponent. I'm gonna send you to the chess shadow realm. Holy shit, he did it! Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Edgeworth Investigations 2. So, last episode was a lot of fun, and I'm glad with all the positive reception. I was freaking out, though, because the YouTube Creator app didn't update how many views there were for the longest time. And it was like, you have 25 views on this video. I'm like, what the hell? Is it that unattractive? Is this series that dead? It's like, no, it actually has a decent amount of views, so I thank you for your support on this, especially since I'm having a whole lot of fun with this, and I feel like ever since playing Danganronpa, my ability to naturally kind of play these visual novels has increased. Before I really struggled trying to come up with things to say for Apollo Justice, and now it's become sort of natural, so that's nice. Another thing, my OBS, which is the program I used to record this, is having a ton of issues, so if there's any sound blips or such, I'll try to edit them out, and if I miss any, sorry. It's something I'm working on fixing for both series. God, I forget how much I love Kay's theme. It's so energetic, it has to be one of my favorites. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's really... Enough idle chatter. Can you please just show us the photo? Fine. Here. I still find it weird that they have this one fully modeled, decked out guy, and then this guy who's just like Joe Schmo. This is the photo I took right at the moment of the gunshot. It was awful. Everyone in the audience was running in panic. Well, then again, that guy can't actually be the killer. I'm just calling him the killer because of his design, but he's on stage right now. This photo depicts the president and his two bodyguards. Judging from the names written on the security plan, these two must be Rook and Knightley. What is this? Thank you, Kay. This will be a very important clue. Oh, you got that sharp look in your eyes. Did you find something, Mr. Prosecutor? In this photo, there is a contradiction. This photo, I don't see nothing. If you don't understand, then I'll show you. The scene captured in the photo and the evidence I have on hand. By comparing the two, I'll find the contradiction. It's time for my deductive skills to come into play. First I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Oh god, I'm now realizing this. Oh. Okay. I didn't even... Then I present the evidence. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to skip over this, but, like, I moved the cursor, then Edgeworth basically confirmed where the spot was, so... Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. Which piece of evidence is it? I honestly don't know. Probably something to do with the gun laser pointer? Found in a trash can, 2 shots have been fired, a laser pointer is attached. Is that a contradiction, though? Shows the bodyguard's positions, top secret. I guess I'll just present the gun, out of a lack of things to present. This spot clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't really see the connection, but... You still don't see? There's definitely a contradiction. Mr. Edgeworth, you're wrong, you should just admit it. I couldn't have been wrong, I'm Edgeworth. Just wait, I'll show you proof. First I'll have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. I know, Edgeworth. I'm actually kind of confused right now. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. An article on President Huang. Touch the check button for details. Zhangfa President arrives for his visit. His plane lands on Gourd Lake today. I honestly don't know what to present here. I guess it wants me to present the newspaper article because he doesn't have a laser pointed at his head? I guess? Wait, are they seriously saying that they're not even... Okay, this is a little weird. I would have assumed that a gun with a laser pointer, they would have assumed that a red dot on someone's forehead was coming from the laser pointer. Miss Swift, this newspaper contains a photograph of the president. I'd like you to compare it with the photo Kay took at the scene. Huh? What do you mean? Oh! That's right. There's something on the president's forehead that wasn't there before. Is that a mole? Are you guys serious? It certainly looks like a red mole. That's foolish. It's hard to believe that a mole would pop out of thin air like that. Maybe a bug bit him, sir. That all? I thought you were onto something. Turns out it's just an itty-bitty bug bite. You were talking with such a serious look on your face, I was getting all excited. The way to the truth always begins with a small contradiction. Ooh, that's a great way of putting it. I'll be using that for my article. Kay's camera data jotted down in my organizer. I hate when Ace Attorney does this, when it feels like this pretty much happens in all these kind of visual novels that I play. There are those moments where you think something is absolutely obvious, but the game doesn't think that way. Oh, okay, that's it. Cool. Back to walking around. I should probably go into logic mode and put some things together. Laser pointer. Red mole. Connect. I guess it's more so just to be able to use the logic thing. I've solved the mystery of the red mole. Eh? You mean it's not a bug bite, sir? It's nothing like a bug bite or an itchy rash. This is the light from a laser pointer. You mean the gun was aimed at the president's forehead? And right after that, the second gunshot was heard. That's certainly more than just an itch, sir. Indeed, I'm concerned for the president's well-being. It's become more and more likely that this gun was the weapon used in the attack. Assassin's revolver data. But why did the criminal use a laser pointer, sir? That's right, they would have had a beam of light shining from their hands. Pew, pew, pew! Way too conspicuous. Yeah, now that I think about that, why would they do that aside from aiming? Like, the only thing I could think of is because if they were in the middle of the crowd like we suspected, it would be so they can aim from the hip. Because, like, aiming down a sight with a gun from a crowd is quite difficult without being noticed. If you follow the path of the laser, you will find out who fired the shot. That's not good at all. Oh yeah, I also took some other photos. Maybe the light from the laser pointer was captured on those. It's a long shot, but there may be a chance. Kay, could you show us these photos? Coming right up. Firstly, the photo from before the incident. Shh. Your face is taking up most of the frame. Well, yeah, it's a selfie. A selfie? What is this selfie? Is that something I can arrest you for? I wanted to get a two-shot of me and the president. Just take it a little bit before the gunshots. Aw, it's so cute, actually. And here's the one I showed you before. This was right after the first gunshot. And immediately after that, the second gunshot rang out. And then I, for some reason, took a picture of this guy's ass. I thought it was really nice. What's this? You really can't see much in this photo. After that last photo, one of the running guests knocked me down. It looks like the shutter clicked just then. This doesn't look too helpful, pal. Well, those are all the photos I took. Kay's camera data updated in my organizer. I'd like to examine these in a bit more detail. Investigate which photo. Before, the moments after. Let's look at before. Where can the light from the laser pointer be seen? Here?
Take that!
I found it! What? Just look in front of this person in the red hood. Ah, there! Yes, it's probably the light from the laser pointer. Then, that red-hooded person would be the assassin. They dressed it all red to match the laser pointer so no one could tell. We did it! It's all thanks to me, right? Right, as expected, the great thief has stolen the truth. Hehe. Perhaps the criminal can also be seen in the older photos. Let me examine these photos once more. Investigate which photo. Moment of the incident. Where can the red-hooded assassin be seen? Not here. Investigate which photo. After the incident. There he is. He's way back there.
Take that!
Ah, there! The red-hooded assassin. Looks like they're escaping in the panic, sir. We can see the direction they ran in. Ah, the samurai dog banner! Right. The assassin escaped towards the right side of the audience area. Detective Gumshoe! Got it, sir. We'll investigate the right side of the audience area. I'm counting on you. I actually really like Gumshoe in the last game, because even though I don't feel like the last game did a lot to advance... I don't know, I would say it didn't do a lot to advance Edgeworth as a character, in a way. The one thing it did do is advance Gumshoe. Like, there have been several times where Gumshoe's shown up to save the day, sure, but in the last time it seemed like Gumshoe has finally started to become, well, useful, and you can actually just kind of count on him. Gumshoe's little thing in the last game, I felt like it was a big deal. Now it feels like he's doing things before Edgeworth is even asking. Which means I think he's starting to get a hang of his job. Whoa. It's the raincoat killer from Deadly Premonition. The red-hooded assassin. Since the park was sealed off, there's nowhere they could have run to. If we follow their trail, we'll definitely catch them. Now then, let's continue with the investigation. We'll definitely find some traces of the assassin. Oh, okay, now we can look over here. A hat. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. A reflection. I can see the sky reflected in the puddle after the rain stopped. Was that a haiku, sir? You're quite the poet, Mr. Edgeworth. That was not my intention. Well then, how would you describe it? How's this, sir? The rain leaves behind a puddle, just like Mr. Edgeworth's logic. Leaves me in a muddle. Not bad for a poet. Not good for a detective. It's a cheap-looking food stall made out of plywood. They're selling samurai dogs. Mr. Edgeworth, I've got $2, sir. Am I imagining things, or are you suggesting we take a snack break during our investigation? Of course not, sir. I just thought, I could help us with our investigation. It could. I'll buy you a box when we're finished with the investigation. I'm sorry, sir, what? What's that look on your face? Is there a problem? No, sir. Usually you just leave me outside to dig through the trash can. That was unexpected, sir. Edgeworth seems like he's become a bit nicer, too. Let's see. Is there something I missed? The banner. Perhaps? They're selling Cheery Cheery Samurai dogs. I don't believe I've ever had a cherry dog. Oh, Cheery Cherry. I've always wondered, what do cherry dogs taste like, sir? Sounds disgusting. They use cherries instead of a hot dog, so it probably tastes like oh, okay. At least they're not using both meat and cherries. Why are they called a cherry dog, sir, if there's no hot dog in it? You have a point. The truth about cherry dogs remains a mystery, sir. Oh, what's this red thing? This is... It's a red button, sir. Could this be... This could be related to the person in the red hood. Okay. Probably a red hood that came off of his red jacket. Wait, what is that? There's something red down there. Oh, did he take off his jacket and put it under there for some reason? Detective Gumshoe, please check underneath the food stall. Something's stuck down here. Let's see. It's a red raincoat. Could this be... the assassins? It appears that he got rid of this raincoat before he ran away. Red raincoat data jotted down in my organizer. Can I inspect it further? The left sleeve. There doesn't appear to be anything out of place. It's not turned inside out, and the button's still tightly in place. Even though it was thrown away, it looks a bit too clean. Yeah. This sleeve. It's inside out. It's also missing a button. There's a lot of factors going into this for a first case. I think that's all we can examine here. Red button. Raincoat sleeve. Connect. It looks like the fallen button came from the raincoat. It probably fell off when the assassin took off the raincoat. If you look closely, you can see that the right sleeve is inside out, sir. It appears they took it off in a hurry. The button was probably torn off. After shooting the president, the assassin disposed of the gun and the bag in the garbage bin. Then, during the panic, they moved from the left to the right side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory led us to suspect someone who was on the left side of the audience area. The assassin then took off the raincoat and hid it under the stand. The assassin was in a hurry to remove the raincoat. That's why there are signs that the right sleeve was hastily removed. It also explains why the button was torn off. If that's the case, why is the left sleeve not in the same state? Ah, the sleeve isn't inside out. On the contrary, the button is still tightly fixed. What do you mean, sir? To find the answer, we must examine this raincoat in detail. The right sleeve is turned inside out, and you can see where the button's been torn off. Indeed, this raincoat must have been removed in a hurry. I hope this isn't hard for you guys with not so great eyes to see. This raincoat is a brilliant bright red. Just looking at it makes me want to charge at it, like in a bullfight. Yeah, my heart is always fired up like a bull. I'd say you're just simple-minded. I'd like to investigate the inside of this raincoat. Detective Gumshoe. You can't just lift it yourself? I mean, it's not even that. No, you must do it. I am above this peasantry. This is a blood stain. Judging by the location, this is most likely the assassin's own blood. So we're looking for someone who's injured, sir. Not just any injury, detective. An injury on their left arm. What do you mean, sir? The criminal was in a hurry to take off their coat. That's why the right sleeve is inside out. On the other hand, the left sleeve remained unchanged. How did this difference arise? Quite simply, the assassin couldn't get his arm through the left sleeve. You think of it like that, it all starts to add up. Furthermore, a blood stain was found on the left side of the raincoat. I see. He couldn't get his injured arm to fit through with the sleeves. Yes, indeed. I'd say the possibility is quite high. You know, for an assassin, that seems to be kind of a huge oversight. It's all coming together. Investigation complete, despite not having talked to Kay or that other one. Detective Gumshoe, I want you to pull our assassin out of the crowd. Roger that, sir. Someone with an injured left arm, right? You must have a good head on your shoulders if you did see through me, Mr. Prosecutor. Finding the assassin with only that much evidence shouldn't be a problem at all. That's our Edgeworth. With everyone in the park sealed in, the assassin should still be within the crowd. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. I thought we were gonna play as Gumshoe for a second. Be like, are you the one? It's like, no, I'm just saving my grandchild. I need to see that injured hand. Are you injured? You broke my spleen. Sir, I have found the assassin. Mr. Edgeworth, we found a suspicious person in that condition, sir. It's gotta be the assassin. Okay, we haven't proven that this person is the assassin yet. For now, this is just a person of interest. Don't jump to conclusions. Got it, I'll control myself. There's no doubt about it that this is the guy who targeted the president, sir. It takes a daring person to target someone's life in front of an audience. Detective, bring him here. Courteously. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, bring him here. Is that who I think that is? Oh my god. Is that Shelly? He's not carrying an umbrella, and his left arm is bandaged. You there, state your name. My name is John Doe. John Doe? That's an unusual name. That is correct. This man, have I seen him somewhere before? I'm surprised Edgeworth doesn't keep up with a lot of Phoenix's cases. Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name. Yes, I have been observing your investigation. May I ask why you have called me here? We are searching for the assassin who attempted to murder the president. Do you recognize this red raincoat? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I do not. I believe that this raincoat belongs to the assassin. Is this ice cream moving? It looks like a little penguin. No, I'm seriously baffled that Shelly's here, though. Oh my, that is terrible indeed. I forget, it's been a while since I played the second Ace Attorney game. Did they even see Shelly's face? I feel like they did, but did they even catch him? It's been such a long time since I played that game. But I don't feel like they caught Shelly, they just kinda forced him to withdraw. And I also don't believe that they saw him at any point. Well, I think they saw him when they were at, like, the ballroom. Or whatever that setting was. It's been a while. This person should also have a severe injury on the left side of their body. Precisely like yours. I have no relation to this. A stare down. Mono on mono. It's like they're firing laser beams out of their eyes. So, what happens next? Obviously, a confrontation, pal. A battle of wits between those two gentlemen. Should I hear his explanation? Don't hear his explanation. A witness might lie or Oh, I thought I was talking about Shelly. She just won't quit. Yes. I completely forgot there was a standard Ace Attorney testimony in these games. I understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. I don't know why he sounds like this. Clearly, my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella. I have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat? That's your claim? Yes, not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I use my own sadness, otherwise known as an umbrella. I'm definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas will hinder your movement. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I hope you understand I'm not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Please excuse me, in the panic earlier, my wound seems to have reopened. There's no mistaking that owner of this raincoat. Wait, there's no mistaking that the owner of the raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colors for all to see. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've done that. So you admit that the person in the red raincoat is suspicious? Yes, I have been watching your investigation from the audience seating. An assassin. How dreadful. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Yes, I do. Objection! I still find it weird that they haven't really, like, updated Edgeworth sprites. I mean, I kind of get it, like, they haven't done it with Phoenix, and they put all their attention towards newer characters, but I'm just surprised at, like, the lack of sprite updates as the games go on for some of the main characters. I know, like, Phoenix has a few, like, I think the coffee being thrown at his face was one. Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different. Because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps you have evidence that proves otherwise. Mr. Doe, is your injury all right? The wound seems to have reopened. Indeed, it is quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There's no mistaking that the one who wore this raincoat was injured. And I can prove that person was you. With this. The ice cream sweating instead of him. On the inside of this raincoat, there was a small blood stain. It's the blood of an assassin. It just comes right back down. Oh my god, they put so much love into these animations. Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. It was a game of chess. If this was a game of chess, you would have been checkmated a long time ago and sent to the Shadow Realm. I love that moment for the last episode. I was super joking and unaware that the chess game feature was a thing. And now it's just hilarious. Admit your defeat gracefully. He seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice, I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. You confess, sir. Arrest him, arrest him! However, it does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth. All you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Mr. Doe's testimony, part 2. I'm no assassin, I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? The story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat? Whether he was or not, the person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity. They don't recognize who he is. Do you really sell ice cream? Yes, I do. Chocolate, vanilla, chocolate, vanilla swirl. I'll take one, sir. No, we will not take ice cream from the assassin. As an ice cream salesman, you must know quite a bit about ice cream. But of course, ask me anything you wish. Curses! I don't know anything about ice cream. What's the most important thing about making ice cream? Mr. Edgeworth? The most important thing about making ice cream is honor. What? Honor? To make ice cream? Without honor, ice cream is nothing more than sweet ice. Do you understand? I am just a simple ice cream salesman. What does that even mean? Why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella? Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day? It's strange to purposely wear a raincoat when you can't get your arm into it. If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to serve ice cream. Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier? I'm terribly sorry. I must have slipped my mind. After all, I had just gone through all that. All that? The shooting of the president, of course. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Hold it! Hold it! So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off. Yes, the bodyguard moved first. The one on the left side of the stage in particular. You saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight, hence why I'm wearing this monocle. I actually just wear it for fashion. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook. That's correct. Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. a Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. Is this just a situation of, like, how do you know the person's name? Is that what I'm supposed to be bringing up? Objection! Yeah, that's what I figured it was, the security plans. There's no way he knew their names. It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. I am actually an ice cream salesman / bodyguard. Well, I guess I can't rebuke that one. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you just say their names a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook. Correct? Oh, but he knew which one was which. This is a diagram of the security plans. We learnt their names from this. However, please look. Only their sure names are written on here. You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. That was merely a slip of the tongue. It's true, this guy is the assassin. Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? Is this Edgeworth's same theme? I don't think so. I think this is a different one. I like it quite a bit. I am an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook. In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish. However, that may prove difficult now. He is currently busy with the president's security after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot, and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? That doesn't make any sense. Then why is it under the ice cream cart? Well, I guess if you work there, then whatever, but... I just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Why are you still here, you irrelevant loser? Hurry up and arrest him. That man's so suspicious, I'd even arrest him myself. Arrest him without evidence. How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Can't you do something? Breaking news. The criminal's on the verge of escaping the prosecutor. Oh dear. They're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I will have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand, I saw a laser pointer with a light aimed directly at the president. It can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood. I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That's why I took off the raincoat. You saw an assassin wearing the same color hood as yours. Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you to say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Lang? Oh wait, no, Lang's not a prosecutor. That prosecutor over there. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Huh? But me? Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Right. Wait, here, right in front of the person with the red hood. That's me, alright. What's your point? What's this man driving at? I've been observing your investigation this entire time, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. And I have noticed something strange. Something strange. It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. A contradiction? In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the president's speech. I believe you are holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Huh. Do I? Contains a recording of the speech. 2 gunshots can be heard. My dear friends, there's a reason for my visit. The president passionately addresses the crowd. He's deflating rumors flying around shrill old man. Oh, that's right, because... Wait a minute. That means that she's lying. That means that Mr. Schwitt, she was not where she said she was at the time.
Take that!
It can't be! There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on? There's a person missing from this photograph. Huh? Well, who is it? Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but it is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Nicole Swift.
Take that!
Oh, I just thought about that. That's something you could have noticed right from the beginning if you're more observant than me, so more observant than like a child. A blind child. Huh? But Miss Swift. Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the chief prosecutor some raunchy things I cannot repeat. Those are from the folks standing in... those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was 2 older men. They kept on whispering to each other. It seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech. Ah, but she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who is the one you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on. Feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine, I ain't got nothing to hide. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean... It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal. Y'all gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that. Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony. Huh? I don't reckon so, no, sir. It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence. Huh, okay. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording.
Hold it!
You were moving around while you were recording. Why were you doing that? Huh? What do you mean, why? Surely when recording a speech, it's best to remain still. That's... well, you know, the importance of covering a story from every angle. I wanted to convey the living, breathing event in print. Yes, sirree, you betcha. If you were moving around, I doubt your tape would have picked up anything coherent. Well, it's like I done said. Just moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have snapped at a different time to my tape recording. I think that's wrong, isn't it? 2 gunshots can be heard.
Objection!
Yes. It's right. Surprisingly. Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie. I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist. Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time. But that's so. What makes you say that? The truth lies in the photos. This photo could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? So the reason I figured this out is because when this guy raises his arm is around the same exact time that these two were whispering. Because it's either that she brought it up in the tape or they were talking about it, but this moment happens simultaneously. So if I'm right, which I surprisingly am, can you see the president with his fist raised in the air? What about it? Miss Swift, we might hear your tape one more time, or might we hear it one more time? Nuh-uh, you ain't gonna hear a word the way you've been treating me. Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you? Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor. The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I will not allow them to exist. The president raises his fist in the air. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. Aha! Raises his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the president raised his fist overhead. Then that means... Nicole not being in this photo is really strange. Oh, but she is in the photo, right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift. Ah! Really, I didn't expect it to be her at all. You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal? That ain't so. I never wore that red raincoat. This red raincoat in question belongs to... Wait, the red raincoat in question. Hold on, I'm kind of confused. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the one that Mr. Doe was wearing, or the one that Nicole Swift was wearing? Because if it's the one that Nicole Swift was wearing, then... I guess I'm gonna say it belongs to John Doe, because everything leads up to him, because she wasn't injured. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. Oh, she said her parka was reversible. That's right. I bet if she flips it inside out, it's red. You mean there were two red hoods, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true, but we didn't find any other red raincoats. What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a red raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka? Huh? Oh yeah, you mean when I said I ain't worried about getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... Ah! It's like she didn't even think through this. As I thought. But Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is... red. Indeed. And during the incident, she was using that side. Well, what? Hey pal, what's the big idea? You're wrong. I've never been wearing it like this the whole day. Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka? But what are you expecting to find? We know it was raining prior to the president's speech. I believe you said earlier. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. She seems to have a loud mouth. If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. Hang on a minute, I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. So sorry, but can't we do this another time? You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of your parka. It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin. Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Take off your clothes. I mean, jacket. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka? I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I'll tell y'all everything. Just quit bullying me. Who said hold it? Don't tell me it was Shelley. Whose voice was that? Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the end game. Is it? No, it's not you. I thought it was gonna be Lang. I was so excited. Who are you? Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Revolver Ocelot. He actually is Revolver Ocelot, holy shit! Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. second in command of his personal security unit. I like doing a weird mixture in between like a higher pitched snake kind of thing with him. Ah! Watch it, pal. That's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady of Zhengfa. Only the president's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I've got some bad news for you. Or news, just regular news. Not bad news, not good, just regular. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? It makes no difference to me. All news is bad news if I'm not at home watching Steel Samurai in my PJs. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I got you. I'll start with my pawn. It seems you enjoy chess. You play it too, Mr. Fancy Suit. It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth. I'll start with the good news. The president's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal. It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all. Murder's bad and stuff. Good for you, Nicole. But I... Whoa there. Don't forget, there's still the bad news. The president's safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the president. What? Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means Nicole? It means that the little lady killed him. My brother in arms. That ain't true. I ain't a murderer. Whoa there. Pipe down, little Miss Murderer. Jeez. Even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king, it was a pretty bad move, that castling. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir? They're all chess terms. He's saying that Rook's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horse Knightly, was it? Huh? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you. This one's a doozy. There's another piece of news. From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zhengfa police. Oh dear God, no. I was just like, please, anyone but them. You can personally hire Gumshoe. Gumshoe is far superior to the 99 of them. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Adegrasu case. I'm honored. That's why the chief prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. Man, I'm actually forgetting the republics here. Like, I know that we had the two nations, but I completely forgot the name of them. I know one was Zhengfa. I can't remember the other one for the life of me. What was it? It seems that the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president. But it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. I suppose you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane. No! I didn't do nothing. Hey now, don't be a baby. Scared of a little Zhengfa justice? That's a gun, that's not justice. Same thing. Apollo's sitting at home like, I understand, and he's holding like 2 sawed-off shotguns. It's like, I finally found what justice means. Mr. Prosecutor, please help me. Miss Swift. It's clear that Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, it doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please believe me. Is it really alright for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. Gah! Eh? What? Ah! What the? You... Silence. What the? It's an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury has yet to heal and you're already forgotten? No, not you, not now. It seems you've remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop. Stay out of this. He's out of your league. Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. Who knew? Actually, all of us did, pal. Well, I thought I was putting in a pretty good act. He's a professional assassin. His name is... Shelly DeKiller. Shelly DeKiller? There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name DeKiller. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I do not believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That was correct. I received a request from a key individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses, I was careless. I don't know how you didn't notice this giant fucking scar on my face, but whatever, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't even know how you're a prosecutor with that lack of memory. I'm glad I hid a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park, even though my calculations were a little off. A knife? Not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play the game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth. Investigative authority? Wait, why does he want Edgeworth to have it? That's a weird move. What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Huh? What? Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I am simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn. Why, you? You're just using the investigation to get close to the president. And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plane. As a leader of the president's bodyguards, I won't allow it. Oh? I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well, in that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Gah. He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he want to go through all that trouble? What is this man thinking? Nothing. I just think it's really cool the way you point at things, Edgeworth. I want to see you do it more. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let us continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But listen well, detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. To be continued. I actually heard that the first case in this game was a letdown. I didn't feel that at all. I thought it was pretty interesting, all things considered. Like, a lot of the first cases in the games don't really get me in any way. I still think Apollo's was probably my favorite first case out of any of them, just because, I don't know, I feel like it was a good turn of events, but this one was also really exciting. A lot of the time the first case just tends to be there and it doesn't feel like it has any significance. This is fun. Ever since once again, I kind of feel like I found my voice in doing this, And now that I have, going back and playing Ace Attorney games is a billion times more fun and relaxing, I guess I'd say. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to become a member of the Dust Brigade, just click subscribe. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Edgeworth, wait, I almost just said Edgeworth out. You know what, screw it, Edgeworth out.